What's up, my good people, and welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks Sedan, aka the Mid-Range Bully. Let's get it. Alright, today we're going to do a breakdown. I'm going to give you my early season favorites for Rookie of the Year, just like I did last year, and we're going to kick it off just like I did last year with none other than Chet Holmgren. Now, a lot of people jumping on the Chet wagon. Pause. But I was on the bandwagon last season. And before that, I told y'all Chet was going to be the truth. Now, he didn't get a chance to prove himself. I did pick him over Paolo Banchero last season. Simply not because I thought he was a better player. I just like his skill set more. I like his individual game. And I just thought, based on the teammates, based on the team he went to, I just felt like he was going to get more of an opportunity to showcase his skills. And I would have, who knows, maybe I would have been right, we'll never know. He had to sit out the season, he got hurt. And Paolo, who I had, second in the running for Rookie of the Year, he won Rookie of the Year. But nothing has changed. I'm going to keep that same energy this season coming in. Chet Holmgren for Rookie of the Year. Now, Chet is in a unique position, a lot like Ben Simmons was in. You remember, Ben Simmons sat out. But I think being around the NBA for a year, traveling with the team, practicing with the team, even if you weren't practicing, being at the practices, basically going through being an NBA player for a year with the exception of being on the floor. You got everything else from the experience. So that put him at a unique advantage, and it was between him and Donovan Mitchell, but Ben had a hell of a year. And I think you remember him and Mitchell went back and forth. He was, basically saying how he wasn't really a rookie, because he's been around he's been around the league for that year. He knows what's going on, so to speak, but Chet, you see him in the lab. Now people seeing the video, they putting him on ESPN. It's the same guy they were saying was too small. Now they like his skill set. And this and that and the third. And I heard one guy on ESPN, I don't remember his name. I think it might have been Tim McMahon or whatever. One of them Tims up there. But he said something that, I really disagree with. He said, seeing Chet do all of that, that's not what he wanted to see from him. He wants to see him out there setting screens and rolling and blocking shots, thinking he's going to be more of a defender. That's what they brought him there to do, not to really showcase his offensive. That bullshit, that's nonsense. And people like that should not be on television. You know what I'm saying? Chet, they drafted him because of his skill set, because of the things he can do. The things that he can do on the defensive end, those are added bonuses, if you ask me. But just with what y'all saw, I watched the pickup with him, KD, Trae Young, and, others. And he was doing this thing. I watched a lot of basketball. But if you've seen this guy play, you knew that his game was going to transition. Now, he's still small. He's going to be small. It's a lot of guys that came in small. Brandon Ingram, they were saying, was too small. KD, of course. But the fact that he was out there with KD, like that alone says a lot. Like, this guy likes to hoop. And I think, of course, all of the rookies and all of the players, bearing injury, if he can play, a full season or however many games, if he played at least 60 games, I think he's running away with the MVP. The MVP, I don't go that far, the Rookie of the Year. So I got him as my runaway favorite for Rookie of the Year. I think Oklahoma City alone is going to be a great team. I don't even see them in the play-in. I see them in the playoffs. And I think he's going to be a big part of that. Now, he's still going to get thrown around. from time to time. You're going to have guys try to post him up. But I think the way he's built mentally, I think he's going to go right back at him. So, yeah, that's my guy, Chet. Coming in second for the Rookie of the Year voting, I got Scoot. Now, if Chet wasn't considered a rookie this season, Scoot will be my runaway favorite, people. And I probably lamented to that in other videos just because I like this dude so much. I've seen enough in preseason. Just with the first 2 possessions. This dude is for real. I'm talking about if he ain't Rookie of the Year, shit, I think he can have a good enough season to fuck around and be a first-time All-Star as a rookie. That's how good I think Scoot is. The reason I got Chet ahead of him, outside of, the fact that he's been around the league for a year, and he has that advantage. And outside, I think, because I think Scoot is going to get he's going to have the ball in his hands. The only hesitancy I have is we don't know who Scoot going to be playing with. We don't know how the Blazers are going to look. We don't know if it's going to be a drama-filled season, a storyline season. As far as Damian Lillard, is this shit going to drag along? Because if you Portland, I don't understand what your game plan is with that, because the trades are probably not going to get any better. Unless you're expecting, some other teams to flame out mid-season or somewhere through that. Or some other teams that maybe, hey, we're going to wrap it up early. But the only person you're really hurting, the main person, is Scoot. And these other young Blazers. If you drag this in the training camp through the season, they can't focus on none of that. Only questions they're going to be asked is about Damian Lillard. And is he going to show up to training camp? He might. Dame is a professional. But that'll be the whole fucking storyline through the whole season, through however long. And it's unfair to Scoot. And it's unfair to these young guys, and you want to be able to turn the keys over early. So, yeah, that's my hesitancy with Scoot. What's his season going to look like? Is it going to be his season, or is it going to be the drama-filled season, the Damian Lillard season? He doesn't deserve that. So, yeah, I got Scoot coming in second for the Rookie of the Year, mainly for those reasons. We know what he can do on the court. But what's his team going to look like? And I got Wemby coming in at 3, coming in third. And I know some people are thinking they like, Wembanyama's the first and the number 1 pick. Like, how you got him not getting Rookie of the Year? Well, even though I think he did, as much as I didn't want to see him go to the Spurs because I don't like the Spurs, I think he did luck up, getting a coach like Greg Popovich. As much as I hate to say it, getting to that system, going to a good team instead of going to the Pistons or something. No disrespect to the Detroit fans. But as far as Wemby, I didn't get to see enough. I haven't seen enough. It's bad enough he played overseas. It's not much we can, we could probably look up some highlights and shit, but we haven't really gotten to see what he's going to look like against NBA guys. And I've already mentally prepared for the Spurs, the team that wrote the book on load management, to baby the shit out of this dude. Don't be surprised if it gets gross. Them sitting him out of key games, marquee matchups against other rookies, against guys we want to see him against, like Bron and Embiid and Jokic and all of this type of shit. Luka. Don't be surprised if he This can go either way. They can either throw him out there immediately to the Wolves and see, hey, to the Sharks, shit, sink or swim. Or they can put the trainer wheels on this kid. And we don't get to see him in back-to-backs. We don't get to see him on nationally televised games. They send him out for rest. They send him out to prevent injury. Develop all kinds of. You can see it now. You know, maybe they don't want him to get exposed. Not to say that he would. But I could just see it now. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope we do get to see him play every game. As many games as he can play. And I hope all of these guys have a healthy season. You know, but for that reason, I got him coming in third. Because if there's... It's more speculation about his game than anybody I just named. I didn't even mention the second, or what was it, third pick or the second pick? Second pick. Brandon Miller? See, I don't even know. Because I didn't see nothing from him. And maybe that was due to the Hornets team being kind of trash in general as far as the Summer League team. And maybe that's a sign of things to come. But he seems like a decent player. We'll yet to be seen. But we're not going to see him at all. I'm a Laker fan, so we'll probably see him play once a season. Luckily, I watch highlights. So I'm going to be analyzing everybody, but he ain't even on my radar. And that's why I got Wemby third in the voting as far as Rookie of the Year. Because I don't think we're going to see this guy play enough. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he lights the league on fire and needs to run away MVP. I mean, I keep saying MVP. I need to do an MVP video next. But yeah, runaway Rookie of the Year. But yeah, man, what do y'all think? Do y'all think, are we going to get to see these matchups, Scoot versus Wembanyama? Scoot versus a Brandon Miller? Scoot versus a Chet Holmgren? These other young, promising players? Are we going to get to see? Who do y'all think? As far as the rookies. I know who I'm running with. But yeah, that's all I got for free. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Chet Holmgren, Scoot Henderson, Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, some other guys out there. Rookie of the Year. Y'all let me know in the comment section. I'll tap back in later. Make sure you tap that like, tap that subscribe. Stay tapped in.